Sometimes those cliques in high school just drive me crazy. A bunch of little groups running around, thinking that they're the greatest or the worst. But what happens when your parents force you out of your comfort zone and into a new situation? And, as you'll soon find out, it takes all kinds of people to be really bad and adventurous. Join this cheerleader and this goth as they find their common ground, trying to break into the frightening world of theater. Cheerleader Meets the Goth by Jordyn Cutshaw. Oh my goodness, I'm like so totally freaked. Half of me is relieved to be out of that place, and half of me is, well, touched because I've had like a moment with a fellow human being, and half of me wants to take a shower like you wouldn't even believe. It wasn't even my idea anyway. Yesterday, my father sat me down in his big leather office. I thought, cool, I'm finally getting that new camera I've been begging for. Then he cleared his throat and said, Krista, it's time we start thinking about embellishing your resume for college. Are you kidding me? What for? I am the captain of the Redford High School cheerleaders. I know that, Pumpkin, and your mother and I are very proud of you, but I interrupted. I've been cheering since kindergarten, Daddy, and if it weren't for the motivation of us cheerleaders, the team would have never made it to the football states. I'm not denying that your cheering is quite impressive, honey. It's just that colleges like to see they have varied interests, that there's more to Krista than just cheering. Just? I gasped. Imagine, insulted to the core by my own father. You need to try other activities, spread your wings, experience new clubs, diversify. Wait, what? Diversify. Show those colleges you're more than just one thing. Let them see Krista as more than just a cheerleader. Just? Stabbed twice in the heart in one day. So, there you have it. My whole world was turned upside down. My entire reason for being was ripped apart. I mean, what else did he expect me to do? Cheering was my life. First I thought, how about service club? No, you have to dish out soup and stuff to poor people. I mean, can you imagine the jerk potential? Then I considered, how about debate club? What if somebody disagreed with me? I'd be crushed. And then it hit me, drama club, the school musical. Perfect! I mean, the very essence of cheering is just dancing, right? And for the singing, well, duh, what do I do every day in the shower? Sing. And for the acting, well, when we read Macbeth in English class, Mr. Kurt said that he'd never seen such a unique interpretation of the witches before. Bubble, bubble, toilet trouble. Well, can you believe that auditions just happened to be tonight? This year's spring musical is supposed to be called The Sound of Music, or something like that. So I dressed up in my tiny slow skirt, my glittery top, and my platformy shoes. I took a deep breath, and I psyched myself up. The director asked me if I'd like to try out for mother, somebody, sister, whatever. And I said, sure. I mean, I've got a mother, I've got a sister, no problem, right? First they had me read some lines where my character's sending some chick, Maria, off to the mountains or somewhere, so. And I figured they were having me read for the villain, so I said my lines using my best impression of the Wicked Witch of the West. I'm pretty sure they loved it because everyone started applauding. And next was the singing part of the audition. And when I sing about climbing that mountain, I really rocked. I sing about searching high and low, and I gave it my all. Then the director said, that was great, Krista. Let's do it again. For real. For real? I looked out into the audience section where people were sitting. Everyone was cracking up. Some of them were holding their stomachs. They were laughing so hard. And it hit me. They weren't laughing because I'd done a good job. They were laughing at me. Me, the captain of the Redford High School cheerleaders. Somehow I made it off that stage and I ran to the girls' bathroom. I slammed the stall door shut and I cried like I never cried before. I was so humiliated, so embarrassed, so mad at Daddy, so confused. What had I done that was so awful? I hated everybody. Suddenly I heard the bathroom door swing open. I pulled my legs to my chest, so if anyone looked under, no one would know I was there. I didn't want to talk to anybody. They could flush themselves for all I cared. Slam! Somebody kicked the bathroom door shut. Boom! Somebody kicked the stall open right next to me. Bam! Somebody kicked it shut again. Okay, now I wasn't as much upset as I was totally freaked. I hugged my knees to my chest and I tried not to breathe. Then I heard the most pathetic sound I've ever heard. It started like a low whine in the back of the throat, then it rose to full, painful, high-pitched howl. I tried so hard to keep completely, totally silent. I sat what felt like an hour. My legs began to ache, but I was too scared to move a muscle. Finally, the bathroom door opened again. Anybody in there? It was Miss Carlson, the custodian. "Lock me up now," she yelled. What would I do? If I moved now, then whoever was next to me would know that I'd been there all this time. He, she, or it would know that he witnessed her tantrum or whatever the heck it was. And if they were that mad already, imagine what they would do to me. I kept perfectly still. So did the thing next to me. As Carlston turned the lights and closed the bathroom door, my heart was beating so loudly I was certain whoever was in the stall next to me could hear it. And it was dark, pitch black. My legs felt totally numb. I decided to slowly lower it and splash! I guess between the dark and the lack of blood supply, my foot thumped right into the toilet! I yelled, "Ew!" "What's that? Who's there?" barked the voice from the next stall. What happened next is a short blur. I suppose we both kind of fumbled for the stall doors, bumped into the sinks, and at the exact same moment, grabbed the light switch. Feeling each other's hand, we both screamed, "Ah!" The lights popped on. And there, squinting in the bright lights, just as I must have been, was A.J. King. A.J. is a member of this group of students whom everybody sees, but nobody really knows. Why? Because they're like, scary. My sister once told me that A.J. stands for Alice Jane, but no one, and I mean no one, would think of calling her anything but A.J. I can still see our screaming reflections in the bathroom mirror. Me in my cute little sparkly outfit. One foot dripping wet, eyes puffy red. And A.J. head half shaved, other half spiked, baggy black thick boots, eyes puffy red. "What the blank are you doing here?" "I'm sure you can fill in the blank. I was just using the bathroom," I stuttered. "Hate to tell you, Christopher, your foot's not supposed to be in there." "Oh, yeah, I know that. Hey, you know my name?" "No." "Oh, joke." "Oh, I get it." "Oh. What you doing in here?" I needed some privacy, and I heard someone coming in. I really didn't know what upset you because A.J. looked more vulnerable than he'd ever seen her. She whispered, "You heard me?" Sorta. "Everything?" "I'm sorry, A.J." A.J. looked at the door as though she was considering a mad escape, looked at the puddle accumulating around my foot, looked at her face in the mirror, and slumped to the floor. Talk about an awkward moment. I really wasn't sure what to do, so I just sat down next to her. I figured, what the heck, the bathroom floor could be any grosser than it was all over my foot, right? A.J. looked me over, then she said, "What you gonna do now?" I shrugged. "I don't know, walk home, I guess. You?" She gave me a half smile. Not even, it was sort of like a half grimace, half smile. "If I go home, I'd have to explain to my old man what happened at tryouts." "You auditioned too?" "My dad's been getting my case about getting involved in new things. He keeps telling me I gotta give society a chance. If I'm really comfortable with my chosen path, I can experience other activities and remain true to myself." "That sounds reasonable." "I know, that's the problem. If he told me how to dress or who to hang with or whatever, well, then I could fight it. But I figured, okay, came to her to just try." "So when did you decide to audition for the school musical?" "Well, I figured it'd be a compromise. I mean, I love this is jamming out to my tunes with my band and..." A.J. stood up, walked over to a bathroom stall, reached inside, and sheepishly pulled out an electric guitar. "Well, after all, it is called The Sound of Music. How was I supposed to know it's about a bunch of nuns?" I let out a gasp. "Nuns? No wonder they were laughing at me. I get it." "You two, I can't blank and believe it." "You can fill in the blank." A.J. and I looked at each other for a long time. I started to giggle. I couldn't help it. First, A.J. looked like she wanted to kill me, but then she let out this sound. It was sort of like a laugh, but it was like a strangled, bitter one. Suddenly, she grabbed my arms and she pulled me to my feet. "Who are you going to tell about this?" she growled. "Oh, are you nuts? Do you think I'm a death wish? I'm not going to mention this to anybody." She let go of my arm and picked up her guitar to leave. "Wait," I yelled, "what about you? I have a reputation to uphold, you know." A.J. sniffed and made her half smile. "If I told anybody about Miss Fun the Can, I'd have to explain what I was doing at school when it's closed, wouldn't I?" "Good," I said, trying to look intimidating. "Good," A.J. replied, succeeding, looking very intimidating. Long story short, all I know is that's the last time I ever attempt to diversify.